I have been in Liverpool my whole life. I remember being a kid and my dad take me to matches. When they'd be in the cup, they start singing and the chill would go right up your spine and the hairs on the back of your neck, it stands up. Even now, just talking about it, I've got that tingle. And it never gets old. You could go to 10 games a day, most probably, you would never get old.
I grew up in Wallasey, which is on the Wirral, and there's about a mile tunnel that separates us from Liverpool. I'm an infectious disease research nurse. I see patients every day. I can pick up that they might be a supporter of a certain club, and because I'm surrounded by football in my house, and very quickly I get chatting to the patients about their team or just have a bit of banter with them.
I'm originally from Belfast. I lived with my dad, my mum and my 2 brothers until I was about 4, and that's when my mum and my brother was killed by joy raiders. I just naturally became like a daddy's girl because that's all I had. I had my dad and I had my brother, and everything he'd done I basically copied. He loved watching football. My mum was originally from Liverpool, so I think I just wanted to come back to the city for myself.
The thing with Liverpool, it brings out the best in people. And I think that's because everyone tries to give their best to each other, and that allows them to give their best back. And football's a very big part of that.
I was 16 when I had my first child, and I was a bit worried what people might think. The perception is that young mothers don't amount to much, and that's what pushed me to do better. I think Ellis was born with a football at his feet. I haven't known him not to ever play football. He started playing in a little soccer school when he was about 15 months old. We are very dedicated to Ellis's football. He does breakfast club football, after school club football, football games on Saturday and Sundays, and training every night of the week.
I used to play garden to garden when I was a kid, and the net used to be in the middle of the road. We used to play them with all sorts of boys and girls teams, and I realised it just something I wanted to make a career of.
Everyone played football on the street. You played till the sun went down. And even when the sun went down, you'd find a street light to kick around. Playing a lot of football kept you out of a bit of mischief as well, I suppose.
I think football for anybody, and for Ellis, it's an international language. You can put a ball with anybody and they can kick it around and everyone knows what the aim of the game is.
I think I just love how football just makes people feel. Just going into that stadium and just knowing that everyone's there for the same reason, and it's just an amazing sense of belonging.
What I do like about European nights is the floodlights. Maybe that comes from I've seen so many special nights at Anfield in European games. It's the unknown, what's going to happen tonight. Liverpool will always have a certain soul for the simple reason it's people. You know, it's always having a beautiful city around you, and that's a plus. But without the people, then, you know, you wouldn't have a heart and soul. And Scousers have got a lot of heart and a lot of soul.